Hello fellow makeup lovers, how are you guys doing today? I am so excited for this video because we are going to be doing a full face of my current favorite makeup products, but this is honestly my favorite set of favorites in the longest time. I feel like every single one of these products is just the best of the best. Chef's kiss, 10 out of 10, whatever adjective you want to use, they are. I get excited every time I do my makeup with these products. I love raving about them. So let's just zoom on in and get going. I already prepped my skin with the Milk Makeup Moisturizer. It's just a super thick, luscious, get the job done kind of moisturizer. It doesn't have any scents or anything, and I just feel like it hydrates my skin so well. So for foundation-ish products, I have had one skin tint that I have been using every single day. I can't even think of any of my other foundations at this point. I'm just so obsessed with how this looks on the skin. It is the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Serum Skin Tint. I have the shade 2, and this is just beautiful. I feel like it looks really natural, but it still evens everything out. It has like this beautiful dewy natural finish. If you don't like a dewy skin tint, this might not be for you, but I love all the dew. I even mix highlighter in with it sometimes to make it even dewier, but majority of the time I just use it as is. So I'll show you guys. I use about this much product. I'm gonna throw that all over my skin. And I do have two different face brushes that I want to mention as a favorite as well. First, we have to talk about the BK Beauty 106 brush. I love this for a skin tint or just any foundation that's a little bit more on the thin side. I feel like it blends product out so beautifully. I've also been obsessed with using this for bronzer and blush, and I just feel like it's really multi-use, but I'm gonna go ahead and start blending that skin tint into my skin. I feel like you guys can see like the finish is so nice. I also love that the shade matches me perfectly right now, and you can still see my freckles peeking through. I feel like if you are a no makeup kind of person, this skin tint is perfect for that look. I am gonna bring it down my neck just a little bit. It's strange because I don't want to overhype the amount of coverage that it has, but I just feel like something about the way that it looks on the skin is different than my other skin tints. Oh my god. I just realized I forgot to use the primer that I was going to tell you guys about, but I will tell you nonetheless, even though I can't use it now. So I did want to mention the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer with niacinamide. I don't know that the niacinamide makes any difference here, but I've just been using a little tiny squirt of this every single day around my nose. I feel like I've always had a problem where my makeup doesn't last as well on my nose, and I also always have like the sunglass marks, and I'm not saying that those go away completely with this, but it helps so much. This plus, you know, like a translucent setting powder on the nose is helping so much with my makeup lasting throughout the summer because it has been so hot. But yeah, I forgot to apply that. So next, let's talk about a contour product that I've been really loving. And I feel like I've seen mixed reviews on these, but I personally really like it. I feel like it's easy to blend and I love the shade. So if you have fair skin, this is the Halo Glow Beauty Wand in the contour shade for fair light skin tones. And I don't love the applicator. I don't know, it's just strange to me. I know that there's a lot of things out there like this now, but it blends so pretty. So I'm just gonna go ahead and add just a little bit of contour right around my cheekbones right here. Then I'll also just take it around my forehead a little bit, just kind of going in little dots. But I really love a good cool toned contour shade, just depending on the day. Like sometimes I like to go a little more bronzy, but I just think this is really flattering for my skin. So I'm gonna go back in with the BK Beauty 106 brush. Tell me that doesn't look so natural, so pretty. It just blends like a dream. When I saw this at Ulta, I was hesitant to pick it up because, like I said, I feel like I've just heard people saying that they don't like the Halo wands, or, you know, that they're just not worth the hype or whatever. And I haven't tried any of the other formulas. I haven't tried the highlighter, haven't tried the blush, but the contour I love. I can't even describe how much I love these blushes I'm about to show you. I know I've been using them nonstop in my videos, even though I'm pretty sure they're only available for pre-order right now, but I highly, highly recommend getting your hands on these if you like cream blush. So this is the Finding Ferdinand and Khaki collaboration, their Summer Abroad collection, and I love these so much. I think the shades are lovely. They truly, truly are. I think they're beautiful shades, but the formula of these cream blushes is so beautiful, just like dewy, easy to blend, just like wet looking on the cheeks. It's been hard to reach for any other blush because they are such a dream to work with. So I will show you right here. I just have two of the shades that I've been using the most. So Latte is the lightest beige shade, and it's kind of like this brownie pink, and sometimes I use it as just like a one all over shade. It kind of gives me bronzer, blush, highlighter all in one vibes. And I know that sounds ridiculous, but I'm telling you, it's just the perfect tone. I'll do a little swatch for you right here. It has like this pretty pinky brown and like this beautiful glow to it. I just love it so, so much. And then there's also 3 different coral shades. So I've been using Spritz a lot, which is the medium coral or like the second intensity. And it is just like the prettiest coral blush. I didn't even think I was a coral blush kind of girl, but now I am. Like, look at this. She is everything. So today I'm just gonna go in with a little bit of Spritz, and I'm just gonna kind of throw that on the top of my cheekbones. And then whatever's left over, I'm also gonna kind of bring across. I know I'm so late to the sunburn like blush trend, but I love it. I love it with my whole heart. I don't care. This is where I'm at. So just starting off with a little bit and building it up to my desired intensity, because it can be very, very intense if you want it to be. So kind of got the all over look, and then I'm just gonna add a little bit more right here, kind of on the farthest part of my cheekbones. I did get some questions about how these wear and how they feel, and I personally feel like they wear really nice. You can see them on the cheeks all day long. As far as texture goes, if you're someone who doesn't like a sticky blush, I wouldn't describe the way that these dry down as sticky, but I will say that like if you touch your face, you can feel like a little something. I've definitely felt products that you could feel more on your skin. I think after a little while they dry down slightly, so to me it's fine, it's not a big deal, but that's just something to keep in mind. If you cannot stand feeling anything on your face at all, then you won't like these. Another thing that I've been loving, I don't know if you can kind of tell that I did things out of order a little bit, but I've been really enjoying doing my bronzer, doing my blush, and then doing my concealer last, just kind of switching it up a little bit. So I have 2 different concealer favorites to mention. I've been using both of these a ton, but I just use them for different reasons. So I have the Natasha Denona High Glam Concealer in the shade Y1, which is a really pretty, just like creamy concealer. There's what it looks like. I have been really enjoying this because I feel like it gives a good amount of coverage and it doesn't crease under the eyes very much at all. This just sets really, really beautifully, so I've been enjoying it for that. I've been taking it on the go with me a lot because I also like using it as an eyeshadow primer. I feel like it is matte enough that it works well for that, because this other concealer I would not use as an eyeshadow primer. This is the Thread Beauty Cover It Multi-Use Complexion Fluid in the shade 01 Fair Neutral. I've mentioned this so many times already, but I just have to mention it again. This is the most beautiful, glowy, natural concealer. I feel like it looks stunning underneath the eyes. If you like a glowy, kind of like light medium coverage concealer, this is the one, and it's so affordable. Just looks so beautiful on the skin. So here's what that one looks like. You can see it's definitely a little bit more on like the yellow brightening side. I think I'll just go in with the Thread one because it's so good and it deserves more love, and I haven't heard anyone talking about it and I don't understand why. So just gonna go ahead and add that right onto the inner corner of my eyes. And the other favorite brush that I've been using nonstop is the BK Beauty Angie Hot and Flashy A506. This is such a good concealer brush. I feel like it just gets in exactly where it needs to be. It blends out everything so softly and beautifully, and it really keeps the coverage. So I'm just gonna go ahead and kind of really focus the product on the inner part of my eye right here. And then whatever's left over, I'm blending towards the blush. I've just been liking doing the concealer after the blush because I feel like it keeps my under eyes looking more bright. I feel like it looks more glam and less natural than doing your blush afterwards, but I don't know, sometimes it's just fun to do something different. Once that is mostly blended out, I'm gonna go back in with my BK Beauty 106 brush and just go over the edge just to make sure there's no harsh lines, just kind of patting. I don't know if this is silly, but I'm gonna take some of the Natasha Denona concealer that I used in that swatch and just set my eyelids. Cause why not? There's no need for wasted product around here. Hope you guys can see just like the pretty glow that I have from the blush because I didn't go in with any highlighter. I'm not planning on it. I just feel like that by itself is everything that I want. So now let's go into brows, and I'm going to be using the Mad For You Brows palette by Sydney Grace in the shade Blonde. I mentioned this in my favorites last month, and to me it's kind of funny because I feel like I never would have purchased this myself. I would have been like, oh cool, but don't need it. But now that I've used it, I'm so happy with this palette. All of the shades that were chosen here, I feel work perfectly for like that kind of blonde redhead that I have, and I've just been loving it. I really like going in with multiple shades on my brows. I feel like it just looks nice and like so defined. So I'm gonna start off with the middle shade Ash right here. And I'm gonna use that to define the tail of my brow first. I'm using the Dream brow brush from Sigma, which is honestly so good. I wish it was available for purchase individually because I would definitely buy a backup. I'm going in with Blonde, and my trick to everything is that I like to start like further in and then work towards the front once there's less product on the brush. I do my best to get a little bit of an ombre going. So for eyeshadow, I feel like it was a no-brainer which palette has been my favorite this month. It's the Love's Journey palette from Sydney Grace. I have the light version, but this is just a really stunning, soft, neutral palette. This is definitely my most used palette since I got it in the mail for the Christmas in July sale for Sydney Grace. I'm pretty sure I've done a look on camera with the top and the middle row, so maybe today let's focus on the cool tones on the bottom row. I'm gonna start off with Dreamboat on a big old fluffy brush and just start that off in my outer V. I'm actually really curious to compare this palette to the new Natasha Denona nude palette, or I Need a Nude palette technically, because I feel like they're both a very similar vibe. I'm not saying that they're the exact same shades by any means, but same vibes. And I feel like Sydney Grace is just such a good brand. And honestly, when it comes to Natasha Denona, when they do like the really intense special shadows, I love those. But I actually think that Sydney Grace does metallic shadows better, in my humble opinion. Also taking Dreamboat along the lower lash line. Next, I'm gonna go into the shade Captivating, which is like a soft silver, and I'm gonna pop that on the front of my lower lash line. And then I think I'm gonna go into a little bit of the shade Wistful just because it's the lightest shimmer in the palette. And I'm gonna use that to highlight my inner corner. Now I'm gonna go into this shade right here called Only You. Can you guys tell the shade Fools in Love broke and I'm just getting it everywhere? But I'm gonna take that silver on the outer half of my lid. Don't mind my nail, I completely broke it and it's like splitting down the middle. It's actually tragic. I kind of want to put press-ons on just to protect it because it keeps breaking more and more and it hurts, and it was bleeding earlier. It was a whole thing. So yeah, I know it's very ugly. I'm going to go in with some more of Captivating just on my finger and pop that on the inner third of the lid. Isn't that so pretty? Just such a soft, cool tone look. I'll go in with a little bit of Fools in Love and just use that real close to my lash line just for a little extra definition. Which is also something that I've been doing a lot this month that I wasn't doing previously. I kind of go through phases when it comes to eyeliner. Sometimes I'm all about no eyeliner. Sometimes I'm all about the colored liner on the lower lash line. But recently I've just been into a little bit of eyeshadow along the lash line. For mascara, still obsessed with the Maybelline Falsies Surreal. It just works so well. It's affordable. It does what it needs to do. It washes off really nice. It doesn't pull your lashes out with it. And I just feel like it adds a bit length, it adds volume. It's not uber messy. I feel like the wand is just the perfect size. So yeah. I have been testing out the KBD Beauty full sleeve mascara. You guys know how many times I've had to edit out of the video accidentally calling it the long sleeve mascara instead of full sleeve. But that mascara is really nice too. But it's not quite a favorite yet. I'm still about the Falsies Surreal. Lastly, I have been all about a glossy, hydrated lip this month, so I have options to share with you guys. My favorite chapstick is the Sol de Janeiro Brazilian Kiss Lip Butter. It is so good. It smells amazing. I've gone through so many of these because it's just the most hydrating lip butter. And I feel like a lot of chapsticks out there, like they say that they're hydrating your lips, but like really you just have to keep applying them over and over again. This I feel like is genuinely, truly such a good product. Again, highly recommend. I've also been all about the tinted lip oils from Blend Bunny. These are my two favorites. So the shade Barely There is just a clear gloss. Nothing to see here kind of vibes, but it is so beautiful on the lips. Like just your lips, but glossy. Super, super glossy. And also very hydrating as well. And then the shade Love Bite is the prettiest, like tinted nude. It's so gorgeous. I feel like it's gonna be perfect for fall too. It's gonna keep being a favorite for sure. So there's what Love Bite looks like. You can see they're both just super, super glossy. They're very comfortable on the lips. So I've been reaching for those a ton. And then my other favorite is the Opal Lip Gloss from Maybelline, the Lifter Gloss. This is such a stunning gloss. It is this beautiful pink shade with sparkles in it, and it just looks so glossy on the lips. You guys know what I'm talking about, like just a glossy gloss. You can see it has this tiny pink tint to it, but it is so reflective. So I think I'm gonna go in with Opal today. We'll just throw that on real quick. Still comfortable on the lips. It feels good for a gloss. It says that it has hyaluronic acid in it, which is supposed to be hydrating. So here is the finished full face of favorites. I feel like my skin looks so beautiful. Not to like toot my own horn, because it's not about my skin. It's about everything that I use today. I feel like just the combination is so pretty. I feel so good in these products. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this favorites video. I would love to know what you have been loving this month. Please feel free to have a conversation with me down below, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.